Look, I wouldn't be lying if I said I fear the day of a face reveal. Take into account of people who have done face reveals and had immediate backlash of it. Dream, Corpse Husband, and even Discord face reveals are just a pain just to even go through. The worst part about all of it is just the expectation of beauty. If we're both being honest, I'm not that good looking, alright? I'm not Mr. Bitches or anything. So it just gets me annoyed to where someone does a face reveal and then they get put down for something that they can't control, working on, or they have struggles, dealing with. It's already bad enough that I sound horrible whenever I'm recording, and now I gotta worry about strangers, or better yet, my own audience worrying about what I look like, how I'm supposed to look like, or better yet, what I would look like to them. God forbid you have an arrogant ego or just a personality that just screams that you have to fit the beauty standard just to look the part. And there's nothing wrong about, being humble, being respectable, or just trying to give advice. The worst part about it is that there are people who, give into this sort of thing and try to put others down just because of the praise that they got. But you gotta understand there's some people on here who just live just to hate on people who are up and coming or just trying to make content for fun. Like, for example, when I reached 1.5k on TikTok, I was really contemplating a face reveal because, for the most part, I didn't know what to do when I reached said milestone. I'm camera shy, and I couldn't stomach about thinking about how certain things would go for me if I did. One thing I wouldn't do, and one thing I shouldn't do, is appeal to my audience if I was deemed, attracted by them. Granted, having confidence isn't a bad thing, but it gets to a point where it gets very, very, very annoying that you have to just drag it out. That everyone knows it, but you just want to like keep it pushing. But there are some people out there who just uses this confidence from their audience and tries to use it to, boost their own ego, which is completely bizarre in my opinion. Since for the most part you just want to be humble about it. And being humble is all that you can do. In the end, people are gonna think that you're either good looking or your face looks like turbo ass. As I always say, there's plenty of fish in the sea. You're just not looking at the right one. You don't need to look massively appealing for your audience or just face reveals in general. Like, for example, I hate my voice, alright? Feels like I have a permanent stick up my ass or I sound gay. For all I know, I can either look like the most appealing person on the planet or look like I just snuck on Earth. Looking out here looking like Dabo. Prime example of this being Corpse Husband, where, to the internet, he sounds appealing. But, for all we know, he can look extremely chopped and we will, never know about it. Point is, who cares if you're pretty or ugly? What matters is finding the people in your community or people in your circle that, care about you and doesn't have to be all analytical about everything that you are or everything that you have to be. As for me, I'm still struggling about it. Alright? I don't have that much self esteem in my system to convince myself to do such thing. But if you guys want to, see me do a face reveal, then, I wouldn't be too against that idea. The most important thing to take away from this is that looks do not matter. I don't want to sound like a BP editor, but, I hate them. But for the most part, looks are not going to play a crucial part in, life. It's not going to detract you from finding love, getting a job, or just finding your place in this world. And, for everyone is special in their own unique way, both, outside and inside. Just, spread positivity to one another. And, this is going to be one of my more shorter videos, but I'll make sure to post a longer one. So, God bless you all.